Howdy, y'all. It's Reese, aka Bearman Prime, on this April 13th. Welcome back to my Read the Bible in a Year series. Thank you again for joining me. Card the top right hand corner for the rest of the playlist, and there's that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell. Please, if you would hit them, sure to appreciate it. So, yesterday we saw Solomon, the son of David and Bathsheba, become the new king of Israel and Judah, ahead of his brother Adonijah, who was trying to set himself up as king ahead of him. So now Solomon sits on the throne of David. And so now we're going to learn a little bit more about Solomon, what makes him so special and unique. Because up to now, we haven't gotten much detail in this plan and in what we've read so far about the different sons. Only about a few of them, about Amnon and Absalom and Adonijah. So now I'm going to see what makes Solomon so special. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 3 today, in verse 1. Solomon made a peace treaty with Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, by marrying his daughter. Solomon brought her to the city of David. This was when Solomon was still building his palace, the temple of the Lord, and the wall around Jerusalem. The temple to honor the Lord had not yet been finished, so people were still making animal sacrifices on altars at the high places. Solomon showed that he loved the Lord by obeying everything his father David told him to do, except that Solomon continued to go to the high places to offer sacrifices and to burn incense. King Solomon went to Gibeon to offer a sacrifice because that was the most important high place. He offered 1,000 burnt offerings on that altar. While Solomon was at Gibeon, the Lord came to him at night in a dream. God said, "Solomon, ask me what you want me to give to you." Solomon answered, "You were very kind and loyal to your servant, my father David. He was faithful to you and lived a good, honest life. And you showed him the greatest kindness when you let his son take his place as king. Lord my God, you have made me the king in my father's place. But I am like a small child. I don't have the wisdom I need to do what I must do. I am your chosen servant here among your chosen people. There are so many that they cannot be counted. So I ask you to give me the wisdom to rule and judge them well, and to help me know the difference between right and wrong. Without such great wisdom, it would be impossible to rule this great nation." The Lord was happy that Solomon asked for wisdom. So God said to him, "You did not ask for long life and riches for yourself. You did not ask for the death of your enemies. You asked for the wisdom to listen and to make the right decisions. So I will give you what you asked for. I will make you wise and intelligent. I will make you wiser than anyone who ever lived or ever will live. And I will also give you what you did not ask for. You will have riches and honor all your life. There will be no other king in the world as great as you. And I will give you a long life if you follow me and obey my laws and commands as your father David did." Solomon woke up and knew that God had spoken to him in the dream. Then Solomon went to Jerusalem and stood before the box of the Lord's agreement. He offered a burnt offering and fellowship offerings to the Lord, and then gave a party for all of his officials. Well, there you have it. There's what makes Solomon so special. Wisdom. If there's one thing that Solomon is known for, it is being wise. He was the wisest man next to Jesus, the wisest man who ever lived. Jesus, of course, is perfect in every single way, so no one could even touch him as far as wisdom. But Solomon, he was right up there next to him. As far as regular people go, Solomon was the wisest person to have ever lived. The book of Proverbs, that we'll get to later on down the road. The book of Proverbs is the book that Solomon wrote, and is a book full of wisdom, wise sayings, wise things to do. So we should listen, because the wisest man on earth, whoever walked the earth, wrote that book. So that's something we should probably pay attention to. And of course, we see how God blessed him. God literally said, "I'll give you whatever you ask me for. Whatever. No questions asked. What is it?" And Solomon could have asked for literally anything. He could have asked for money. He could have asked for power. He could have asked for women. He could have asked for the death of his enemies. He could have asked for just anything he wanted, anything on earth. But Solomon, thanks to his upbringing by David, he asked for the wisdom to be a good ruler, to serve the Lord, and to be a good ruler for Israel. And so God blessed him not only with that, but with everything else that he didn't ask for. So when we follow God's wisdom, when we ask God for the right things and the help to do His will, He blesses us in more ways than just that way. Okay. So, when we pray, we shouldn't be praying for, specific things for ourselves. It's not bad to do that, but sometimes God's like, let's just kind of milk this out. Let's see where it goes. Sometimes God's answer is no or not yet. Okay. So let's just ask God for the strength and the wisdom to carry out His plan, to carry out His commands, so that we can continue doing His will and let Him bless us that way. Well, that's all for today. We'll pick it up there tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me. I sure do appreciate it. See you tomorrow.